Is this the greatest salmon recipe ever? Well, why don't you stick around and find out. So the ingredients for this are super easy as long as you can remember 4 things. You need a big pot, some fish, a sharp knife, and then 4 ingredients, and that's it. You need a pound of brown sugar. You need 2 cups of salt, table salt's fine. You need a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. And then for seasoning, I like the old slap your mama Cajun seasoning, but your choice is your choice. All right, so to get your salmon ready, first off, give it a good wash. Make sure you get all the slime, well, most of the slime that you can off it. When these fish get a little older, you know, a little later in the season, these 4-year-olds get a little slimy and a little soft. So get them cleaned up, get them ready, and then you're gonna break them up into the pieces that you prefer. So I like, I don't know, about 3 to 4 inch chunks. But don't forget, there are pin bones that run down through the fillets. And if you got those pin bones, just cut on top of them, and above them and below them. Pull that strip right out there. You can also, you can get a pair of pliers or some tweezers if you want. You can pluck them out that way, but I tell you what, it is a pain in the butt. So I just cut around them. You're going to lose a little meat that way, but it is the faster method. So I'm just going to cut this up in the size chunks that I like. Well, you can see those fish are definitely getting softer later in the year. All right. That's about the size chunk that I like right there. Maybe even in half of that. You know, you want things that are going to be, pretty much finger food. When you're done with this, you just want to grab a chunk out, eat it, enjoy it. So once you're done cutting it up into the sizes that you like, just place it into the water that's waiting for me right over here. And then go ahead and continue to do that with the rest of your fish. Now, one thing you may have noticed is I've left the skin on, and that's the process that I like. It helps the fish hold together through the smoking process. So definitely leave the skin on, recommended. Now that you got your fish cut up in the pot of water, you're going to add your ingredients. Simple as that. Any order is fine. Already smells good. Okay. Now grab your favorite stirring utensil, which happens to be my hand. Give this thing a good mix. Salt's going to start to dissolve. All those flavors are going to work their way into the fish. It's going to start brining, start toughening up that fish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator for 16 to 24 hours. And I'll check it about every 2 to 4 hours, and I'll give it a little stir just to make sure that everything is breaking down. The fish is starting to brine up nicely. But yeah, that's it. Let's go get it in the refrigerator. All right, welcome back. It's been, I don't know, about 22 hours, I guess. And let's take a look here what we got going on. I did not mention this earlier, but if you like the taste of lemons, in your fish, a lot of people do. I do. Well, one thing I do is I take 3 whole lemons, I cut them in half, squeeze them in, and then I'll put the whole lemons right in the pot like that and let it soak like that as well. So that might be personal preference, but it is something I like. So if you like lemon in your fish, that's one way. Let's take a look at the fish. I did add some more pieces in there just because I wanted a bigger batch. This is one of the original pieces, I can tell. It's definitely starting to turn white on the edges. Actually, the whole thing's turning pretty white from the brine. The skin itself, you can tell that that is a river king, but I did have some fresh lake kings, or lake kings and cohos that we just caught, and I put those in there as well. And you can see that you can tell that brine's working, because you can tell they start to curl a little, and they start to get white along the edges. Let's see if I can grab another one here. You can see that it's starting to just change color. It's starting to pale out a little, and you can definitely tell that the like on that one especially, how it's starting to curl like that. You can tell that it's starting to dry those fish out, and the brine's definitely working, so that's great. So a little extra prep here. I do have apple. That's the preferred wood for me as far as smoking. You might have a different preference. Whatever floats your boat is fine. I take my chunks and then I put them in these are just cheapy bread pans. I get them right here at the store. I think they're $1 for 3 of them. I'll take some of the brine, some of the chips, and I'll let that soak in there, probably about an hour before we start smoking them, just so they get a really nice, they'll track some of that flavor. And then I have 2 other, I'm fighting yellow jackets out here. It's late in the fall, so they're out here looking for whatever they can. Get out of here, buddy. So what I'm going to do now is probably going to save that yellow jack when he goes in the pot. Get out of here. Daggone things. Anyway, I already have my Weber kettle set up. I am a Weber kettle guy. If you're a pellet smoker, whatever kind of smoker, whatever floats your boat, like I said, that's cool. I'm a Weber kettle guy, so I got that set up with 2 of my charcoal pans already in there, and I don't have much charcoal in there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up 2 of these. And if you get a piece of lemon in there, not a big deal. But I'm going to fill up a couple of these, and I'm going to place these in here. If your smoker does not have a water container, I highly recommend this method. Now we'll get that lemon out of there. Not a big deal if you do, but yeah, if you don't have water containers, I highly recommend just grabbing a couple of those cheapy pans, get them up right nice and close to the charcoal. And what that's going to do is going to put more moisture into your smoking process, and it's going to keep your fish from drying out. Okay, now we got everything set up and they're ready to go. Water pans, charcoal's going nice and strong. We're going to take those wood chips that have been soaking, and we're going to add those right on top of the charcoal. And that's where you're going to get a lot of your, this is where you're going to get most of your smoke flavor from. Yeah, I'll just set those right up on there. All right, that should be good. We'll get the grill. Put that on there. And I'll orient it so if I need to add more charcoal, I got these little parts that pop open, and I can add more charcoal and spin it around when I need to. But you can see the smoke starting to go there. So let's now close it up, and I'm going to let this come up to about 300 degrees. Now there's a couple methods for smoking about anything. Low and slow, or a little hotter, a little faster. When it comes to fish, I'm hotter, faster. For whatever reason, I found it works better for me. If you're different, no problem. But I like it about 300 degrees, 275 to 300. And once I get the fish on there, I'm going to let that go for about 45 minutes. So let's let that come up to temp. All right, so we're just creeping up on 300. We're about 275 right now. Let's get this loaded up with fish. Oh, yeah. Yeah, smoky. Get the fish on here, get them cooking. Like I said, about 45 minutes. I want to put these on skin side down. All right, there we go, 45 minutes. But be ready at about 25 to 30 minutes in. I'm going to show you another step you might want to try. Okay, so it's been on here about a half an hour now, and it's been maintaining right in between 275 and 300, which is fine. Let's take a look here, see what we got going on. Looking pretty good. Starting to get that brown, smoky look to it. So now's the time to add on a couple more ingredients that I really prefer. And again, this is just personal preference, but some honey. If you got raw honey or regular honey, it's totally up to you. I got this from my friend Tim. I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to start drizzling this on each piece. Okay, it's been about 10-15 minutes since I applied the honey. Let's take a look. Oh, looking excellent. I'd say it's there. So let's go ahead and get this off here, and we'll try a piece. All right, there we go. That's the first batch done. I got enough for a second batch, so I'll get that going. But we're gonna take a bite of this here and see how this works out. So how is it? Let's try it. Let's see how it came out. That's really good. The saltiness is there, the sweet's there. You can taste the honey. You can taste about everything. That is really, really good. So total cook time on that was close to an hour for me. It was a bigger batch, so it took a little longer. The more you do this thing, the more you'll figure it out. You can tweak this, make it your own, whatever you want to do, but it's a great starting point. All right, that's it. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.